Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful, 2-week spoilers. July 14, 2025. Bill's explosive betrayal and Hope's stunning breakdown. Bold and the Beautiful, 2-week spoilers for July 14, 2025. 2025. See Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, is going rogue, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, is going to absolutely flip out. On Monday, July 14th, Bill is really struggling as we start into this week because everybody is so mad at him. They blame him understandably for Luna Nozawa, Lisa, Yamada shooting Liam Spencer, Scott, Clifton, and trying to kill Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. I don't think people care that much that Luna shot Sheila Carter's Kimberlyn Brown toe off. But Finn, Tanner Novlin, feels bad too. But I'm sure Steffi is going to support and comfort Finn and assure him none of this is his fault. Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, is hated just about as much as Bill is right now, because they're both blamed for Luna wreaking havoc, and again, justifiably so. Finn, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, and Sheila meanwhile are mourning Luna. She was awful, but she was still family to Finn and Sheila and Lee Finnegan, Naomi Mitsuda. Meanwhile, Poppy is not in mourning. She seems ready to pop some champagne. Deacon despised Luna, but he does feel bad for his wifey Sheila, who is quite upset. In addition to losing another toe, she lost a grandkid. Tuesday, July 15th, Steffi and Hope are up at the hospital waiting to hear how Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, is doing. Their baby daddy is back in surgery this week, and I wonder if they're going to keep yelling at Bill or just avoid him. Meanwhile, speaking of Liam's dad, Dollar Bill, he is super impatient as he waits for Grace Buckingham, Cassandra, Creech, to finish operating on Liam. This could be for the brain tumor, for the cancer, or a follow-up if he had complications from the surgery that Finn did on him the prior week. Obviously, Bill's overcome with guilt. He's terrified Scott Clifton won't make it. Grace may be the one to tell Bill about Liam's inoperable tumor. And by the way, I've seen some clickbait nonsense online about Grace lying about Liam's tumor and basically faking that it's inoperable because of her personal issues. No, she is not lying. I'll talk to you more about that in the second week spoilers. Finn saw the scan. So did Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, and a whole neurological team. So, be careful what you click on. Wednesday, July 16th. Finn and Bridget are quite pleased by Liam's resilience, and they see that he's got this fighting spirit. It looks like he might still be in the coma at this point, but he's, hanging in there with this inoperable brain tumor with the cancer, and now he has survived a terrible gunshot wound to the chest. Plus, although Grace was pressing him on starting treatment, Liam never did it because of quality of life issues. But it looks like the decision-making is going to be out of his hands soon, because he's not awake after the surgery. Whether it's an induced coma, whether it's just a natural coma that happened as a result of what's going on in his brain and in his body, remains to be seen. Thursday, July 17th, with Luna supposedly dead. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Nick Marone's Jack Wagner romance reboot takes off. And that's going to be front and center for the next few weeks before Jack Wagner exits. He had to go back to shoot When Calls the Heart, but he did a little, short arc of episodes to air over the next few weeks. Brooke and Nick are going to get much closer before the Italy trip. You can bet Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, will not like Nick lurking around and romancing Brooke. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, may see Nick being around as a good thing, but if Ridge is hyper-focused on Nick, that may rub Taylor the wrong way. And of course, there is a game-changing event that takes place in Italy that leads to heartbreak for one lady, specifically Taylor. Spoiler alert, per Brad Bell. So Bill grabs Liam and takes his son from the hospital while he's still unconscious. So Grace does the surgery, Liam comes out of it, and I guess as soon as he's stable, Bill takes off with his kid. He's the next of kin. If Liam can't speak up for himself, that leaves Bill in charge. And it looks like Steffi and Hope may be taken by surprise by this. Just absolute shock. I saw a photo I can't show you for copyright reasons, but Steffi and Hope are by Liam's hospital bed, and it's empty, and they look upset. Now granted, this could have been some kind of weird behind-the-scenes thing where they just had a pillow laying there while they were shooting the women, without the context. But it definitely looks like Bill goes rogue and takes Liam and doesn't really check in with anybody before he does it. Friday, July 18th. Steffi is going to be back to work at Forrester Creations this week, but she's very worried. I'm sure she's going to struggle to focus on work, but needs the distraction. Once Bill takes Liam and runs off, she's obviously worried about him. Taylor and Donna Logan, Jennifer Garice, have a chat this week at the Forrester mansion. And she may be petty and tell Taylor the engagement won't last because Ridge belongs with Brooke. If Taylor brings up Nick, I can't wait to see Donna's reaction to that. Meanwhile, Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge agree they need to be there for Steffi and Hope, who are devastated by Leah being shot, his cancer, and Bill taking control of the situation. They may worry that Liam will die when they can't be there at his side. We'll find out soon enough if they're being kept away. How much info they're getting. I do wonder if Taylor and Brooke can really play nice when Taylor is feeling triumphant and Brooke still wants her man. Hopefully Nick's also going to be involved in this because he was so close to Hope when she was growing up and he was with her mom the week of July 21st through the 25th. So Bill has taken Liam Spencer out of the hospital and arranged to get him some cutting-edge cancer treatment at a private clinic, but one of the regular doctors from the hospital is going to be involved, even though his son was turning down those cancer treatments. As long as Bill is able to make decisions while Liam's unconscious, Bill's going to do what he thinks is best, and that will save Liam's life. Dr. Grace. Buckingham and a new doctor that we're going to meet at the private clinic begin some sort of experimental cancer treatment on Liam. But I wonder if Bill will consult with anyone else, update anybody, or just take total control and walk away because he's so annoyed that everybody was crapping on him about Luna. So, it won't be too long until Liam wakes up from the coma, though. He's not going to stay in there over long. He may be under Grace's care at the private clinic when Liam comes out of the coma, but he's definitely not out of the woods yet. Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge continue to try and put their drama aside for now. While Steffi and Hope are going to be leaning on each other, of course. They're upset that Bill is doing what he thinks is best for Liam, but may not be what they think is best for Liam as his two exes. Maybe they think two ex-wives trump a dad. I don't know. Finn and Sheila Carter are still in shock over Luna's death and Poppy's apathy. Finn may try and get info from Grace to reassure Steffi. Of course, Hope will be asking if they can get any updates. Nick's busy trying to capture Brooke's heart. We're going to see groundwork and explanations laid out for the upcoming trip to Italy for the Forrester team. Ridge, Brooke, and Nick are all on the list. And I believe I also saw Steffi on the list for the trip. We'll see. I hadn't seen her in any of the behind-the-scenes stuff. But then some other information showed her. And of course, Jackie Wood is about to pop with that baby. They've got her behind a desk in week 1 and 2. Daph's heading back to LA soon. Her return and Liam's cancer cure may complicate things for Hope's engagement to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. I wonder if someone's going to tell Remy Price, Christian Weissman, that Luna died. And of course, back to I fully believe that Lee lied and Luna's alive. But if they are redoing the same plot they did with Finn and his not-so-deadly death, it could be September before we get confirmation that Luna is alive. We do know for certain that she is going to be in an early September episode and maybe more beyond that.